Well, one of my kids brought home something. I guess over the weekend, I don't even know, but I got it on Sunday. Monday, I was hurting pretty good. Wife got it right then, so she's about a day behind me. Some kind of flu or something. It's freaking deadly, man. I'll tell you what. Hadn't been able to do a video. I've been watching the markets. I've been watching silver and gold. So naturally, I know exactly what happened today. I watched it. Big raid by the elite on silver and gold. Now, let's cover one of the first things. Everyone's probably wondering why didn't you do a video on the 102 million ounces or 103 million ounces of silver that was being sold off in 7 minutes and it was immediately bought back up? Well, right now would be an appropriate time to talk about that. We had 102. Matter of fact, what was the exact amount today? It was 200 and something million ounces. 225 million ounces of, it's paper. When I say that, it's paper ounces. It's not really physical, physically leaving one vault and going to, no, it's a piece of paper. There's not even 225 million ounces of silver in the COMEX and the LBMA combined. Yet, it was just traded today, as if it was there. Fascinating, isn't it? So, I want to cover this real quick because people were saying that, let me go back here, that this 103 million ounces that happened a couple of days, Monday or whatever it was, they tried to pull a raid off in 7 minutes. And in 7 minutes time, it was all bought back. Right as they were selling, people were buying. Some big player had to step in and do that. It's the only way that could happen. And naturally, 103 million ounces, some big boys had to do something. So I thought to myself, the COT report, that data, if it is any less than 4 participants or major commercial dealers, which is like the banks, are in on, have big positions or decent positions, whatever, in any commodity, but in this case silver. JP Morgan had it changed a while back so that if it was any less than that, no one would know the number. So it could be 1, 2, or 3. If it was 4 or more, they had to report it. Just a simple reporting fact. And the bottom line was because everybody already knew the report would come back with the number 1, and that would be JP Morgan. So fairly recently, very recently, that number changed to 4 all of a sudden. So now there's going to be 4 players in the game, huh? So I thought to myself, now JP Morgan, and I talked to, actually, me and Pastor Dow were talking a few days ago about this. I said, it might be possible that JP Morgan is like basically, yeah, I'm getting out of my short position slowly but surely. But they're not really getting out of it. He's going to give some to this bank A. He's going to get, he's not necessarily direct transfer. He's going to put it on the market, and immediately Bank A buys it. Then he sells to Bank, puts another few hundred, or not 100, but a few, 10, 20 million ounces, I don't know, whatever it is, on the market. Bank B buys it. Okay, Bank C. Now we all 4 of us banks, we've got roughly the same amount. We all got 20,000 contracts or whatever. Let's just pick a number. And now, when the market gets manipulated, they'll be able to say, well, everyone's going to want to point their finger at JP Morgan. JP Morgan's going to say, hey, there's 3 other banks involved. But they all did the same thing at the same time. They're the club. And the club decides we're going to raid, then they raid. And they all do it together. So it looks like everyone just saw the market signals, and the market signal said sell, and everybody sold. So everyone's saying, hey, the good guys, there must be a good, is it China? Who's doing this? Who bought up that 103 million ounces of silver so quick? In 7 minutes, they were trying to sell it off and didn't even change the price of silver. It actually rose a little bit. Wow, just treaded the water, no problem. And then today, we don't have 103 million. We have 225 million pieces of paper, of course, ounces sold. So, where are those, let me call these guys out there, whoever's listening. Yellow, listen, where are the good guys that stopped this raid from taking place? Because I think the bad guys are still in charge based off what I just saw today. And they may have just suckered everybody in by making you think that, oh, the silver price stayed the same when there's this massive selling going on. Oh, okay. So I just decided, just because some people don't think that gold and silver are manipulated and it's just fair market value. For example, the old arch nemesis Bozo Beast doesn't understand fundamentals. Fundamentals like $16 trillion debt in a country near you that cannot and will not be paid off. Unemployment getting worse. Yeah, I know the numbers came out. They look good, but they don't ever count the people who they counted before as unemployed. After a certain amount of time, they consider them, well, they just must have found a job. So we know that's a crock. Look at the housing. Look at everyone's credit ratings getting worse and worse. I mean, individuals and businesses getting worse and worse. More and more people. So these are fundamentals. And, of course, we're going to have old Ben Bernanke printing money still. They're still going to continue doing it. And today, during his little speech in front of Congress, and old Ron Paul was there waiting for him. And it's absolutely fascinated me. Well, first, let me go here. Commodities: gold, silver, heating oil, natural gas, platinum, copper. Right, those are all the metals. Agriculture would be corn, soybeans, wheat. Then we have meat and livestock, lean hogs, live cattle, feeder. We have cocoa, coffee. But I'm looking at today's chart in front of me right now. I looked at the Dow. I looked at the bank stocks, S&P 500. Nothing got rated. Everything looked normal. So, wonder how oil commodities did. Wait, I'm doing a video. So, I said, let me just take a peek, because commodities are commodities are commodities. So, if commodities get hit because of their commodities, then they also get hit. I mean, naturally. So, let's take a look. Oil? Nope. Normal. Heating oil? Normal. Natural gas? Energy period is completely normal. Nothing out of the ordinary. Metals. Gold down 4.31%. $77 down. Silver 6.88% down. That's $2.55 down. Platinum was down just $1.79%, and copper down 1%. So platinum and copper really, okay, a little bit, but silver and gold naturally just got smashed. And as I always say, they always target silver worse, always. And silver got smashed the hardest, 6.88% right now. Corn, soybeans, up, completely normal. Meat and livestock, all those, completely normal. Consumer, cocoa, coffee, cotton, sugar, completely normal. Those are all commodities. So why aren't they moving? I mean, the commodities got hit. That's what commodities didn't do so good. Well, which commodities? Well, just gold and silver. Huh. So why did they choose to raid, heavy duty, extra raid today? Oh, I know why, because I was watching it live while it was taking place. Ron Paul is specifically, I never heard him do this before, telling Ben Bernanke that he uses a perfect example. He brought the Silver Eagle in and says, several years ago, I could buy, 4 gallons of gas with this Silver Eagle. It says it's basically considered $1 in our country, even though it's worth a lot more than that today. And I could buy 4 gallons of gas with this several years ago. And what did he say? Today I could buy like 12, or I don't know the exact number, but it was like, 12, 13, or what was it? Couldn't have been that high. Maybe, I don't know, 8 or 9, 10, whatever it is. The bottom line is he was trying to prove that the price of this silver is going up. The purchasing power is actually fantastic compared to these paper dollars. So he had to use that example and was actually pleading with Ben Bernanke, saying, I'd like to have a discussion with you. Why can't we change some of the currency laws and these kind of things so that we can have a competing currency against the dollar, with gold and silver? And I would really like to have a conversation with you about that. And, he went into it, talked about it a little bit. And Ben Bernanke said, okay, I would have that conversation with you. So naturally, if you're just an investor or just some average person, why is he talking about gold and silver versus the dollar? Let me go see what gold and silver is doing right now while this thing is going on live. TV's on out there. I'm in here right now. Go on the internet. Price of gold and silver. Holy cow! Silver's down 6.8%. Gold's down almost 5%. That's exactly the response the elite would want these people to have. Why would this guy be saying that Ben Bernanke to go get these things? You know, or to allow these things to be an alternate or competing currency and we need to back ours? These things were just getting smashed. I'm looking at the Dow. I'm looking at bank stocks and financials and even other commodities. They look fine. They look normal. That's why they just showed you who still has the power. So as I've said, and I still will say this, I don't care about the CFTC coming out with position limits that start in the spot month sometime in the near future. And then again, once they finally say we've come to an agreement with the word swaps, 60 days after that. So let's just say by chance at the end of March, for some reason, they can do this. March, April, May, basically June, the spot month kicks in. No players can have a huge portion of paper futures contracts or options, whatever, in their possession. You can't. You're cornering the market. You can't do that. So naturally, as we just saw in the COT report, now it shows number 4. How many banks are involved with these things? And the number is 4. So now JP Morgan can hold his maximum amount, and this bank can hold its maximum amount, and that bank, and then they can all get together and say, let's pull a rate off, and then they'll do it. So the CFTC, the rules don't mean anything. Even if by chance they do help somehow, it's the second rule that doesn't kick in until sometime in 2013, which is not the spot month rule. It's all of the months. This month plus every month out that you can get a futures contract, they all have to be in compliance to do these things. So I just wanted to share that with you and let you know it doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything. The fundamentals are still in place. Gold and silver are still going to break loose. They're fighting tooth and nail, and they keep pushing it down. But like anything, nothing lasts forever. It's coming to an end. It's just a question of exactly when. Is it going to be 2012? Is there going to be some big event that triggers it? Is it going to be 2013? I don't know. Soon enough to where you realize when the dollar's devalued, it's probably around the time everyone else catches on when they see what the price of gold and silver does. So, just want to share that with you. I'm not feeling too good, so I got to try to keep this a little bit short. Take care.